Yes. What's good, people? What's good? We are live. My PC's having a bit of a meltdown tonight. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but it says it's working, so we're going to roll with it. First of my new series I'm doing, I'm speaking to a couple guys. Oh, it's gone off again, man. What the fuck is going on here? What the hell? Bear me a second, man.
You're there.
There we go. I think we might be back on there. Right, first of the new series, guys. Yeah, I'm talking to guys. We're going to find out what people are saying, our title rivals, top four rivals, and that, and see basically what's going on. Starting with obviously our closest rival, Liverpool. I got GRIZ with us. I put your channel link in the title as well, GRIZ. GRIZ, what you saying, bro? You good?
Top man. Yeah, nice one, man. Thanks for having me on. Love chatting football with you. We've spoken a few times on the Big Six. Always a pleasure, mate.
Yeah. Now let's get into it then, man. Because obviously Liverpool, bit of a mad season for Liverpool last year, wasn't it? You won 2 trophies, which is like a 6th season, but at the same time, like you got so close to the league, lost out in the Champions League in the final there as well. What could have been like a great season and it's incredible season turned out to be like still a good season, but a little bit of disappointment, man. Where do you reckon like Liverpool sort of what were they missing to make it that spectacular season? What were you missing, you reckon?
My God, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to work out as a just a fan and layman to try to work out exactly what went wrong. Because you're right, you're spot on. You're spot on. What could have been a season of that will be remembered forever and ever, just will be a season that was remembered for what could have been remembered for forever, but didn't in the end. Uh, Yeah, those last 2 weeks can't explain to you how I felt. 15 minutes away from an amazing result at the Etihad, where you guys went mad in that period, and then over in Madrid, flew out to Madrid and sorry, bloody hell, my mind's gone blank. Spain, France, flew
Mm.
out to France, Paris, and then experienced heartache in the final. So yeah, man, it's difficult to nitpick, Lewis. It's difficult to nitpick, and I'm not one of these fans that just suddenly starts calling for willy-nilly changes because you're so close to fucking immortality. I'm not gonna sit here and suddenly say, "Oh, we need this, we need this, we need that," because you genuinely don't if you've been that close to something so special. But yes, every team, there's no such thing as a perfect team. You guys, when you hit 100 points, so Centurion, even you would have said, all right, we can still improve, go to that next level, go to the next level. So yeah, look, there's definitely things that we can do to improve. And for me, if you want me to nail it down to just one thing, I think we need to score more from our midfield. That was the one thing that I genuinely think we need to improve.
Yeah, well, I think for me as well, it probably would be goals as well because obviously look at the 2 finals in England. You obviously went to penalties. You look at the final against Real Madrid, didn't score a goal there. Obviously, he's gone out. He's spent big cash on the lad from Portugal, the Uruguayan Darwin Nunez. I've got to say, bro, I'm a bit confused about this deal. And hear me out on this, right? I do think that Liverpool needed a striker. I think Jota and Firmino, I think they're both good players, but I do think that maybe missing someone in there who can sort of really sort of dominate that 6 yard area because you know what it's like. Liverpool have so much of the ball as the City, but the amount of money that Liverpool spent on Darwin Nunez, it does sort of like. I just think for that sort of cash, could you not have tried to go out for like a someone who's a bit more proven? What are you saying on Darwin Nunez, bro? I've not seen too much of him, but for me, I think like, is this a bit of a gamble? Like, what are you saying?
Yes, yes, I'm in agreement with you. Like if you ask me my opinion on Darwin Nunez, so let's just imagine we didn't sign him, and you're just asking me if me and you just chatting away, and you're saying, Grizz, what do you reckon about this Darwin Nunez guy? A lot of teams are after him. Any seen him much? Lewis, I would have said to you, yeah, not my cup of tea. I don't like him. I don't think he's great. I see the raw talent. See the raw potential. He's quick. He's strong. He's powerful for his age. He can get better. Not the greatest technician, but bloody hell, seems like a deadly finisher. But his all-round game, it's not for me. That's how exactly what I said when we did sign him. So then obviously you get clipped up because we played him in the Champions League, and that was exactly my response when when people were talking about Darwin Nunez, the danger man, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I don't rate him that level. And then obviously when we signed him, people clipped it up. Don't fucking change your tune now, Grizz. You was like slagging him off. Well, I wasn't slagging him off. What I was saying was I don't think he's world class. I don't rate him as many others do. But then when you sign him, you know how it goes. You start watching him more and more. You start getting all the YouTube clips out. You see every compilation possible. And then you try to envisage him in your team. So you take him away from Benfica. You try to put him in a Liverpool team and you think to yourself, what did Jurgen Klopp and my coaches see in him? And then you start getting a bit of solace, Lewis. And that solace comes from, just like your manager, just like my manager, they've got so much credit in the bank that you go with their judgment. So even if we don't fancy a player, we got to think, okay, but I agree with you. For the price, he wouldn't have been my number one choice for that price. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just thought like, for me, like the basic way for me to explain this, is Darwin Nunez at like 40 million, 50 million. I think, go for it, do it. I think when it starts getting to like the 80, 100s, I'm thinking, why have Liverpool done that?
Let's get this out there first. It's not 100. I don't know what it's 60 going on to 80 if he fucking wins us the Champions League and Premier League.
Yeah, it's Euros, isn't it? Yeah, it's Euros. Yeah. So what is it like? What is it like? 80 million. Okay. But still, though, right, 80 million. Right.
So City extra. Let's talking. Are we talking in euros or pounds? Let's for everyone that's watching and listening. Are we talking euros or pounds? To clarify. Euros suddenly.
Euros. Yeah. I was looking at GRIZ. I was looking at our YouTube analytics before, and it's like the majority of our people.
It's in euros.
Euros, bro. So like, just to make it easy for our viewers, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Fair play. All right. In that case, 100 euros. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah. I agree with you.
I'm sort of like, I'm interested to see how it works out with Darwin Nunez, because if it doesn't work out, I think it's one of them. If it doesn't work out, I think you might even get some Liverpool fans going, why do we spend so much money on this kid when there was potentially other options, maybe a little bit older, but like more proven goal scorers out there for sure. But look, it's one of them. I think Liverpool have, can't remember really any flops in terms of signings in the last few years. Liverpool been doing pretty decent, and I know that the owners and all the people behind the scenes are very much into like the stats and all that kind of shit as well. So they must clearly see a player in there. Darwin Nunez, I think it's fair to say he's got a bit of pressure on there. I don't think he necessarily will come in expected to play for day one, but with that price tag, innit? You know what I mean? You see what happened with like any player that comes for that price tag, there's gonna be some pressure, whether it's from Liverpool fans or outside.
No. It'll 100% come from outside, 100%. But what happens, because of the power of social media, as we all know, what's going to happen is with that power of the opposition fans in social media, it's going to emanate into our fan base. And then the last stage where it'll emanate is into the ground, because the match-going fans won't put him under no pressure for a little while, for like, I don't know, Christmas. No. Let's say just, okay, maybe a month. All right, 6 weeks. Definitely 6 to 8 weeks he'll have to get off the mark and show himself. You're right. But the pressure from the start will be there. Like, there's compilations of him in training being put out on the internet, and everyone's saying, ha ha ha. They're calling him Darwin Werner and Timo Nunez.
I've not heard that.
Yeah, Timo Nunez and all this kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. And Lukaku, the white Lukaku, they're calling him, and all sorts. So look, it is what it is. It comes with a price tag. It is what it is. Yeah. Virgil van Dijk was compared to sort of like, how have they managed to pay 70 million for Virgil van Dijk from Southampton? Well, you know what I mean? How did that happen? How did that work out? Alisson, you know what I mean? Brazil's number 2, they're buying for 60 million or whatever else, 50 million. How did that turn out? So, as you say, we've got credit in the bank with big buys. Yeah, we've had Naby Keita's probably the biggest questionable signing that has not worked out. But even him, you can't say he's been a flop type thing. He's not been great. But everyone else, we've turned into gems, and we're just hoping that this one turns out to be that as well. But I get what you're saying. With that price, you would have thought we would have got tried and tested and more of a finished article. But it's one of those things, man. I don't know. Do you know what I compare him to with Haaland? And no, there's no comparison. Haaland has been doing it for a season and a half more at a higher level with Dortmund. But Haaland had a breakout season at Salzburg, a breakout season. And then he went and smashed it in Dortmund. Well, this guy's had a breakout season in Portugal, right? And now we're trying to catch him at the same time Dortmund caught Haaland, if you know what I mean. You get me?
Hear that?
So we're trying to catch him before. All right, we got him for £80 million. We're trying to catch him before he went to £150 million. Hopefully, potentially. But I get what you're saying with a risk element.
It's definitely, like, for Liverpool fans, and I think neutrals of the game, I think it is exciting because, and one of the reasons I think he's getting sort of hammered already on social media is because if you look at the sort of basic facts, I know you'll say, nah, there was more to it, but if you look at the basic facts, you know, people will say, well, you didn't score in the 2 finals in England, and you didn't score in a final. You need a striker, and then you've gone out and signed this guy, and then, you know, you know what it's like. A few clips go round on training or in the game against United where he misses an easy chance, and boom, it's straight on social. So, look, I think it's going to be interesting to see Darwin Nunez, and I think, in my opinion, I think he needs to fire for Liverpool to sort of, you know, go on and I'm not talking like, because what I'm trying to say is, you know, City and Liverpool, we're freaks at the moment. We ain't no normal team where we'll just win a Prem. Like, we're not doing that. We're trying to win everything in the game. You know what I'm saying? So for Liverpool to win everything into the game, to win the quad, which people say isn't possible, I still think that it's close. You know what I mean? Liverpool got very close. City got very close. You know what I mean? So people can't say it's not possible when Liverpool were 2 games away and City were 3 games away from doing it. But it's just about, can Darwin Nunez fire you to that, man? But
but even what you've just said there, Lewis, think about that. Us 2 clubs, right? And I'm not, just because I'm on your channel, I'm not going to sit here and smoke, you know, what's the saying? Something up your ass.
Let your ass out or something.
That's
something else, man.
Yeah, that's nothing else, mate. Stop that. Blow hot air up your ass, I think, something like that. I genuinely think, right, when people look back at these 2 teams, right, the points tallies and the way we've played the game in the last 5-6 years, and it's going to continue. Don't get it twisted. Like, next 4 or 5 years, it's going to be us 2 again, despite what Spurs think they're doing and Chelsea think they're doing and United think they're doing. I think we're going to be looked upon as, my God, that era. And yeah, you're right. We haven't got much to go on in terms of league titles compared to you guys, because you've won the 4 out of 5. We've only won 1 and lost 2 on the last day or so, whatever. But the standards are fucking next level, man. Like, we're hitting 95 points, 94 points, and not guaranteed a title, Lewis. Like, make that make sense.
Yeah.
Your neighbours across the road used to win with 78 points and 80 points and 85 points on a regular. 86 points was standard. We've gone up to 95 points and we're still sweating. Like, all right, you've won it, but you damn right, we make you sweat, and you're hitting 97 points, 96 points, 100 points. It's mad. The levels are absolutely insane. We need more. There's got to be respect afterwards, because currently at the moment, they never respect you while you're still playing in the game. So they're still talking about, Man City, Liverpool. Yeah, but it was the Man United, Arsenal era. Bollocks, mate. This is another level.
Yeah, it is mad. Guys, if you're not done so already, please drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Go check out GRIZ's as well. I put the link in the title there, so you go subscribe to GRIZ's channel. Got a couple super chats here. We've got Hugo coming in with a 179. Says, what you saying about Cancelo with the number 7 in that training video? I don't know, man. I think people are saying he's done it as a bit of a joke, bro. I don't think he's going to get the number 7 in it. Majis, yes. Majis says, these 2 teams propelled the Prem to be the top earning league worldwide, top TV deals, top talent wants to play here. What an era. Big up LB and Grizz. Yes, Majis. Thanks a lot, bro. And all pissed up with the 2 says, big up Grizz. One of the few Reds talking sense. You know what's interesting? Actually, I wanted to say this yesterday, but my mind... Sorry, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a big 6 move fast, isn't it? So then you just forget shit. But it was when who was the United fan on yesterday? Was it Cams? I think it was Cams, yeah, right. Listen, he was talking about this, and he was talking about how United are signing these players, and like it's going pretty decent, which, you know, fair dues it is. And what I was going to say to him before it ended up moving on is that, you know what's one of the problems they're going to have, and not just United, yeah, like Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, is that if you're a sick player, you want to go City or Liverpool. If you don't want to go City, you go Liverpool. You don't want to go Liverpool, you go City. Then, you know what I mean? Then go in United, or then you go in Tottenham, or then you go in Arsenal. they're picking up the scraps. Now, that's a bit disrespectful in terms of some of the players, but the point I'm trying to make here is the best, the pinnacle players in Europe, are coming to City and Liverpool. You look at the transfers right now. I'm going to ask you in a minute what transfers, what's going on at Liverpool, but we're signing the best. Darwin Nunez. If Liverpool ring up Darwin Nunez, come Liverpool. United ring up Darwin Nunez, he's going Liverpool. So actually, what's going to end up happening, in my opinion, and this is all, by the way, for as long as Pep Guardiola and Klopp stay at the clubs. Once they leave, it's probably going to be a different story, let's be honest. This is going to be like this for a long, long time, bro. These two teams going to dominate, and I do think that Chelsea, all of these clubs, can throw as much money as they want, but they ain't going to challenge for titles, bro. Chelsea were Champions League winners, yeah. Unfortunately for me, they were Champions League winners, and then were so far off the pace last season. So I just think this is going to happen, bro, and it's a madness. And does it make you sick, bro? You know when like you lose a game or drop points as a Liverpool fan, he sat there after the game going, "Right, that's it, league done," because it's. Because you can't afford to, innit? You can drop like.
Think about that. You can't. You have to win every game. You can't draw it. Forget losing. Like losing's way out of the question. Like losing's heartbreak. You might as well tear up your season ticket or whatever, or that's it. Life's over. You drop points, and you feel like shit. And people are still talking to us about levels. Are you serious? And I agree with you. As long as Pep and Klopp are in the Premier League, no other team is coming close. No other team. Yeah, Conte is a great manager, an absolute elite manager. I'm not going to deny that. But he's got a lot of work to do at Spurs. And I think he is doing it, and he's going to be our closest rivals. I generally think Spurs are going to be, I think, within 10 to 15 points of us, Lewis. I generally think that possibly.
Who's that? Sorry, Spurs?
Spurs and Conte. They're the only ones, though. They're the only ones.
We're getting like 95. Say we get 93 points. What's that then? Like 83. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's done actually pretty close.
Do you know what? He's like that. He's like that everywhere he goes. It might only happen for 1 or 2 seasons, though, whereas we've been doing it for 4 or 5 seasons. And your man's going to sign a new deal. Our man signed a new deal. Minimum another 4 years, right? Both of them. No one's overtaking us, but it will definitely be closer with Spurs and Conte. But as I said, Conte could leave next season. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those ones. He could go mad and have a fit and go next season. But I think this season he's going to push them. He's going to push us a little bit closer. Not close, but a little bit closer.
What's going on at your club then with transfers, then, GRIZ? For those City fans that are not too sure what's happening, obviously we all know about Darwin Nunez, but outgoings, incomings, for those that don't know what's going on?
We done our business nice and early. So obviously people think Darwin Nunez, this is where the mix-up comes, Lewis, and it's good, you know, you've invited me on, and I really appreciate that. Just to sort of explain a few things, because everyone's thinking, oh, you know what, Liverpool are fucked because they're getting rid of one of the all-time legends and icons in Mane and replacing him with a 22-year-old unproven kid from Portugal. Now, Mane told us nice and early that he's going, and we've replaced him with Luis Diaz on the left side. Nunez is the Bobby Firmino replacement who's going to leave next season. So what we've done is made our move 6 months to a season before. Jota is already in there from last season. So what we've done is undercover, we've got Nunez, Jota and Diaz, and renewed Salah, all within 2 windows, nice and quietly, not without no big fuss. So yeah, we've done our business early. We brought in Diaz early. That's what I was trying to say to you. Sorry, cut long story short. We brought in Diaz in January instead of summer. We also brought in the wonder kid from Fulham, and this guy, I think you guys know him. He scored at your ground as well in the FA Cup for Fulham, Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah. Tidy goal as well.
Oh, he's a nice player. But because he's 5 million, bought him, got him for 5 million, no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these players. I can't give a shit about 80 million, 100 million, 5 million. I'm looking forward to this kid more than Nunez because I love him. He's going to be a brilliant player. So any FPL people out there, it's not a bad shout from me. Fabio Carvalho, be a snip. So yeah, then we bought Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen. Again, another understudy to Trent, another player in the ilk of Trent. He was Scottish Young Player of the Year. It's one of those ones, isn't it? it's one of those ones where we bought Robertson cheap. We bought, Gini Wijnaldum cheap. We bought all these guys cheap. If they turn out to be gems, then we're laughing. We've got him for 12 million. Sorry, about 7 million. 7 million we got him for. He's supposed to be the bollocks, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've seen him play loads for Aberdeen. Do you know what I mean? I'll be a lying man. So, but everyone that you speak to around Aberdeen, and I've spoken to a few coaches that have coached him, they said, my God, he's amazing for his age, and he's quite big as well. He's growing as well. So that's it. And everyone's crying out for a midfielder. We've been linked to a couple, but our main target, I don't know if you want to touch upon it, our main target is Jude Bellingham, is just not on the market. But I genuinely, I'm 100% certain that he's coming to the Premier League. And I'm 100% certain it's us or you. So I'll tell you that for a fact. It's out of us two.
I think we'll be in for next summer.
Oh, you are? I know that for a fact. Because I know people that are working behind the scenes with it, and they said the only competition, forget Madrid and all that, it's us or City. Pep loves him, Klopp loves him. We've got that slight edge where his dad loves us and is a massive Liverpool fan. But it's us or you, straight dogfight.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for him, basically.
So
we're waiting for him. We're not interested in the other player. As much as Liverpool fans want another midfielder, I want another midfielder. I want to get out there before people think, top red GRIZ, don't, just blindly following FSG and Liverpool and Klopp. No, I want a midfielder. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to cry if we don't.
What, attacking midfielder? Box to box or?
I want a Fabinho replacement. Like, you know how you guys... not a replacement. No, sorry.
Back up. Right.
So you know how you guys have just gone and bought Phillips.
Yeah.
I want someone in that mode.
I was shocked then when you said replacement. I was like, right.
No,
class. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean. Like I want someone in that mode. I don't want Henderson playing that role too much, even though I think he does an able job. But I would love a powerful. Okay, maybe not a DM, but a powerful box to box. Again, another name link that you guys love as well. Darwin Nunez from Sporting Lisbon. Pep Guardiola loves him as well. Will interested in him as well. I still think we will go for him if Oxlade-Chamberlain goes. So that's one to look at. But at the moment, Oxlade's thinking free transfer next season. Get me on wages. Do you know what it's like? Can't force them out.
Get that sign-on bonus. It's difficult. Guys, make sure you smash that like button. We're on 160 likes, 500 people in the stream. Let's see if we can get that up to 250, guys. Please drop a thumbs up on the stream if you've not done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. My camera keeps on going off for some reason. I'll have it fixed for tomorrow. I'm not sure. I did 4 streams yesterday in it, so maybe I just burnt the fucking software. I'm not sure what's going on, guys. Shout out Boohoo Man as well. The sponsor of today's stream. Use code City Extra. Oh, no, it's not even a City Extra. What is it? I forgot. They've only just come back to us. Where is it? Extra 10. There you go. Extra 10 for 10% off. If you're in the UK, if you're not in the UK, man, use the code anyway. It lets them know that we sent you. Got loads of Clash clothes on there, man. I used it a lot for my holiday to Malaga a couple of weeks ago. So go support the channel. Go support the sponsor, guys. And Boo, man, go check it out. All the details in the description, man. You did touch on Mane there, GRIZ. Let me tell you about what I think about Mane, yeah. I think Mane was top class, bro. I thought Mane was one of the best players in Europe consistently as well. I thought he was class. You know what I mean? All right. I don't know whether his form dipped or whatever. I'm not sure, the full stats on that, but I just thought he was a top class player. He always seemed to give 100% when I watched Liverpool. I liked his work rate. I liked his runs. I like his skills. I like his finishing. I like his all-round game. There's no surprise to me that Bayern Munich were in for him. You have got Diaz, you've got Jota. Obviously, you've got Darwin Nunez is coming in as well. Then, obviously, as you said, Salah's already renewed on that right-hand side. What we're saying, obviously, Luis Diaz did do well when he come in January, innit? But Mane, how good he was. Any concerns regards Mane?
Yeah, how can there not be when you've described him down to a T and you're an opposition rival? So when you're talking about Sadio Mane like that, imagine what we think of him, what we fit, So there's always apprehension when a legend and icon leaves. I'm sure you guys were the same when Silva left, or Company left, or Aguero left. You think, oh man, all right, we have to go on, but fuck me, they were good. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. It's the first time we're letting Coutinho had a great season. So when we let Coutinho go, it was different. And he wanted, like Coutinho didn't win nothing with us. Do you know what I mean? It's different. Suarez as well. Magnificent footballer. But do you know what I mean? He went when, we weren't brilliant, and you could understand why he wanted to go. But with Sadio Mane, oh mate. But what a lot of people from the outside won't have seen, Lewis, is take away the last 5 months. He was not great for us. We'll tell you that. Right? Trust me, he wasn't amazing Mane. We had seen the best of him. That's why Luis Diaz took that left wing spot when he came in straight away. And everyone saw Luis Diaz with no preseason, playing 60 games for Porto, came in and looked lovely. So I've got full confidence in Luis Diaz probably being one of the best performers in the Premier League this season. But there is always concern in the back of my head that Sadio Mane will be missed because, as you said, his output was outrageous. Like, he was there, the big games, big moments, Sadio Mane. So there is a slight worry. But again, I don't want to sound like a cliched guy on here, but you've got to trust the lads that Klopp believes in. And he not happily, but he didn't put up a fight to keep Mane. He was like, look, I understand you want to go. No problem. We're good to go. You're good to go. Thank you for your services. Pretty much like Sterling, like we were speaking about with you guys and Sterling last night. Do you remember we were talking a big six?
Yeah.
Pretty much like that, Lewis. There's a bit of similarities there. I think Sterling was a big player for you guys. Like, he could turn a game on a sixpence, man. For me, Foden is elite already. But he plays different. And you've only got Foden on the left, in my opinion. I don't know who else you're going to bring in who's going to be as effective. Grealish, I don't think is as effective as a Sterling or a Foden on the left. So it's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, no, for sure. Guys, keep your comments coming in, man. I'll definitely, if you've got any questions for Grizz as well in the chat, fire them in and I'll put them on screen and we'll get Grizz to answer. Any questions you guys got about Liverpool, any players, tactics, whatever, just put it in the chat and we'll fire it off to Grizz there. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, guys. Expectations then, Grizz, what are you saying? Obviously it's a mad one. Obviously last season you smashed it. Normally you'd be like, wow, we were couple points behind City. We got in the Champions League final. We won both domestic cups. Let's go again. But there has been quite a bit of change. Obviously, Mane's gone. Pro player, has been there, consistently done it time after time and time after again. You brought a young lad in, obviously Darwin Nunez, which we've already touched on. You're wanting another midfielder as well. There is actually a bit of change there. Salah didn't have the best end to the season as well. I was looking at his form. Second half of the fight, I don't know what happened. I don't know whether that was hangover from the Egypt thing because he had a really bad time with Egypt, didn't he? And then obviously the contract thing was hanging over his head. What are your expectations for the season?
Same as last season. Go again. Yeah, we've got no choice, man, Lewis. What can we do? We got you to deal with. There's nothing. We can't get away from it. Like, as good as we are, as brilliant as we've been, you've pipped us to the title. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing we have to just keep going, keep fighting. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I don't want to sound like I don't want to have this mentality of it is what it is. Like, they're fine margins, Lewis. Even you tell us it's fine margins.
Yeah.
Like 2-0 down to Villa at home with 15 minutes to go. You must have thought, this is mental. But you get my point. It's like the margins are 1 point twice on the last day. For the neutral, this is fucking football heritage right there. What they're seeing is mad. But for us, it's glory on your side because you're getting over the line, but it's heartbreak for us. But to say there's huge differences and there's a mentality advantage and there's a skill advantage, a midfield advantage, no, we're nitpicking, aren't we, really, Lewis? We are. We're both so level. It's unbelievable. You picked us.
You know what though? You almost have to nitpick in a way because that's how close it is. You know, it's not like United or Chelsea where there's glaring problems in the squad. You're looking at Liverpool's squad, yeah, and you're like, this team is sick. This manager is sick. Yet City keep pipping us to the league, and we can't quite get over that line against Real Madrid in the Champions League. So then you go, well, what can we improve?
Oh
Well,
yeah, 100%. As I said,
improve that. You can't improve that. You can't. And you're looking through the team, and you're like, can't improve anything.
Yeah,
But
but you have to. You're right.
Yeah, that's why you have to nitpick.
I agree with you. And even if we did win the Champions League or the Premier League, we still would. All right, if we won the quadruple, then I would have fucking retired. That's a different story. But imagine if we won one of them, I still would have said, yeah, we need to improve on the thing that we didn't win. Like, for example, I don't know if you watched the Real Madrid final.
Yeah.
By far, we were a better team. Like that keeper, like Sadio Mane, I was at the game and I don't even know he saved it until I got back home. I thought it hit the post. And then I found out Courtois saved it. Like, what an unbelievable save. The goal Salah scored against you lot. Do you remember at Anfield where he cut in and blah, 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 bang, right foot? Same thing, Courtois but this time Courtois pulled off a mad save. Do you remember? And he went over the bar, hit his arm, went over the bar. We couldn't believe it in the ground. How did he miss? Fine margins, Lewis. They go in and we're European champions. It's simple as that. Like, and decisions for both teams go to and fro against us. You know, I rib Steve all the time. Shout out Big Steve. I call it the hand of Rod. I called it, and he's got a T-shirt made, hand of Rod.
Yeah,
right? He winds me up about it. But you get my point. Like, imagine that handball bang. See, Spurs. Like, we drew at Spurs at home, like the second last game, third last game, and it was over for us. Fine margin for both teams. But as I said, the main thing for me is getting more goals from midfield. That's the key for us. The way how your midfielders score goals for you, that's the difference between the two teams. Our front lads beat your front lads to goals, but your midfield come up with huge goals again and again and again. Foden, Silva, even Rodri was scoring goals for you, and we all know Gundogan is like he's just a unicorn, in it. Like how he gets the most important.
My favourite player.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
Class. He's brilliant. Got a couple super chats here before we end up rounding it up here, guys. So if you have got any final questions, fire them in the chat now before we close off here. Super chat here from Up says, LB, I'd love to get Don Hussam from This Is Football on here. He's the most honest Liverpool fan I've ever seen on this YouTube thing. Top lad. Bit of a dig at you, that Grizz, maybe. I don't know. You're saying he's not honest or what?
No, of course I'm not. Of course, it's the cap in, it's the Doughboy look.
Brandon, yes, bro, coming in with a 5, says, I came in late but was wondering what centre-back Ake replacement would Grizz hate most for us to sign? That's an interesting question.
I'd hate if you signed, there was one you're linked with, man, fuck's sake. My mind's gone blank.
Gvardo.
Yeah, Garvidal, I'd be happy if you signed him because I don't rate him. Pau Torres, I wouldn't like because he's a younger Laporte for you. I wouldn't like if you signed Pau Torres.
Well, yeah, we've been linked with both of them. I don't think we've been linked with anyway. It's a bit slow on that, though. Roberto with the 2 says, gotta ask what Brit slang does Bray mean? Nah, bro, that's not actually Brit. That's just mine and Jordan's. People say bro, it's like brother, but me and Jordan just say Bray for some reason.
Oh, is it?
I don't know, bro. We have our own little thing going on. Pretty weird. Right, okay. Let me see if there's anything else in the chat then. Don't think so, man. Any other transfers happening for Liverpool, bro? Or are we pretty much
only outgoings now? It all depends on outgoings.
Yeah,
we're trying to get rid of Phillips, one of the reserve defenders who played in the injuries-prone season. We've got rid of Nico, Taki, Origi. Oxlade's on the market, but no one wants to give us more than 7 million for him. If we get about 12 million, he'll go as well. And that's it. And if Ox goes, then we'll get active again. But if Oxlade doesn't go, I can't see us bringing another midfielder, unfortunately.
Right, cool. Lewis, check my question, says Loic. Sorry, bro. Grizz, got a question for you. How pleased are you with Liverpool's recruitment over the years under Klopp? Do you feel like Liverpool could do better?
Yes. As fans, you know what it's like, people. As fans, we always want more. Shiny toys, more new transfers, more transfers. So, yeah, me personally, I think we could have done. I think we've always been one player short. One player short in every transfer window. And it possibly could have helped us, but we never know. I don't like when people say if you bought one extra player, it would have been the difference. It doesn't work like that. Football doesn't work like that, does it, Lewis? You know that. We know that. But everyone always says it like, oh no, if we had 27 players instead of 26, we would have won. Nah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, to that question, to the answer to that question, I think we could have done more in his time here. But I'm not complaining too much. Someone wants to know if I'm from Pakistan. Yes, mate, I am from Pakistan, but born and bred UK, but family from Pakistan.
Well then, right, we'll wrap it up there, guys. So that's the first in the series. Hopefully you got all the answers. You got up to date with the Liverpool transfers, what's going on there, expectations from Liverpool fans. So, of course, we always knew really what GRIZ was going to say, that it's very high expectations, as you can expect. I do think that it's probably going to be City and Liverpool. I do agree. I think Tottenham, for me, I think Tottenham could finish third. In fact, no, I do think they'll finish third. And then just depending on what Chelsea do with their signings, I think they'll secure fourth. I think Matisse was right yesterday in what he was saying. It's all about sort of just getting, just making, because they had a horrendous end to the season with the whole sanctions and stuff. So they can just box off that fourth and then next summer go again. I think that's what they're doing. And then obviously maybe Arsenal, maybe United, can they do anything? Don't think so. But it's going to be another interesting season. Thanks a lot, GRIZ, bro. Coming on, man. I appreciate that. Sure,
Pleasure,
our viewers appreciate that. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, go check out GRIZ. I'll put the you can click his name in the title there. Go check out Boohoo Man. Use code extra10 for 10% off. If you're from the UK, if you're not, just put it in anyway. Let them know that City Extra sent you. Have a good one, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, peace out, man.